The way to get rid of tension is to do just the opposite of all the things that cause it.
Okay, hello everyone, this is Hugo from Ichiban Painting. This is going to be a part 2 of heavy weathering rust effect in the advanced techniques. So basically what you're going to need for this part is going to be maskol, which is liquid masking tape, or I'm using a liquid mask from Vallejo, which is the same thing. That's the only thing you need for this part, and you're going to need a little sponge or spongy thing. For this part of the video, one thing that's really important that you need to understand is that I showed in a previous video, I talked about how to use the salt technique when you're doing weathering, right? One thing that I want to talk about for the salt technique is that the salt technique works really great for how can I say? The salt technique works really great for the paint scratches, okay? This technique here is not gonna work really great with like paint scratching if I would use the salt technique. Now you really want to simulate some rust, so paint scratching will not be the salt technique will not give a good rusty effect. It's gonna give more of a paint scratching off effect. So what you want to do is you want to shake your liquid masking tape, then you want to apply some into a cup or something that you can wash after. And basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your super sponge. Okay, one little thing just before I get onto it and I forget about it, is that once you've done your rust effect on your miniature, be sure to clear it out with some clear, flat clear, because if you don't clear it out, sometimes the liquid masking tape has a tendency to take off the paint when you take it off. So just to make sure, so you want to dip in your your sponge into the liquid masking tape, and then you want to grab in having a tissue or whatever close by just to wipe it off, because you don't want too much. And then you're gonna take your liquid masking tape and you're gonna apply it to the miniature itself. I read a lot of places that maskol for this technique is actually better, because maskol, what it does is that it's a little bit thicker. The Vallejo liquid masking tape for this technique is a little bit thinner in consistency, so it might be better if you want to use the maskol for that, but I don't have some, so I cannot really use maskol for this. And another thing is that you don't want to use a brush to do this technique, because if you use a brush, the brush has a tendency not to clean really well once you apply this to it. So most probably you're gonna scrap your brush if you use this technique using a brush. So basically you want to make sure, like right now you see I'm wiping off because some of it gets on the track, and you really don't want that little liquid masking tape to get somewhere where you don't want it. So you need to be really careful when you're applying the liquid masking tape to the miniature itself. But you want to apply it in every area where you want your weathering to be, and that's pretty much it. So the thing that you're gonna do after that is that once it's done, you're gonna just paint your whole miniature, and you're gonna paint it like you would normally paint it. And once that is done, then after that you're gonna take off the liquid masking tape and you're gonna be done. That's a really easy technique. I'll show you once it's done, and I base coated the model how I take it off, just so you know. But basically that's the part, the second part here. So I'll finish this up right now, and then I'm gonna shoot the miniature its main color, and then once it's done and dried up, I'll come back and take this liquid masking tape off and show you how you can take it off really easily, and finish off everything. Okay, so this is the part where we call the moment of truth. It's the time where you're gonna actually take off the liquid masking tape that you put on the miniature. So basically what I did is that you saw the previous step where I build up my my rust color, and then I applied my liquid masking tape. And what I did right now is I primed the miniature black. I did a tutorial on that, the way I did, or I do these tanks, no pre-shading. Actually, this one I'm going to do another video showing you how to do a wash, but with an airbrush on this one, but that's going to be on another video. So I did the technique I showed you to paint these miniature, or this style of tank. Then after that, painted blue, midnight blue, then sprayed it over with the ultramarine blue. So now what you need for removing the rust thing, you need some thumbtack or blue tack or whatever. One thing, don't use plasticine. Plasticine has, or Play-Doh, it has a lot of oil in it, so it's gonna scrap your paint job. But you want normal thumbtack, white one or a gray one. So basically what you want to do is you just want to stick it on the model, and hopefully I stick it on the model, you're gonna remove. It would be nice if it worked. Nice. Doesn't remove it. That's awesome. So basically that's another thing that can happen. Shit can go wrong and you can be fucked. If this doesn't remove, I'm really fucked. It's starting to remove, so it does take a lot of effort, and you need to work it out. So, but as the more as you do it, the more the blue, the liquid stuff is gonna start to peel off, and then revealing the rust that you did underneath it. I hope you can start seeing it, but it does look really realistic. Thumbtack, that's one thing about working with thumbtack. The more you handle it, actually, the stickier it gets. So that's probably one of the reasons why it's not working right now. But I did this technique a couple of times before, so it does take some force and some time to remove it, especially if you use if you have the habit of using how to say, an air dryer. The air dryer does cause the liquid masking tape to does stick a little bit more, so you have to, it's not an easy thing, you have to work it up, and it does take time and a little bit of strength and force, but you can see it right away right now in the area where it's revealing. So it's gonna be revealing your rust. So basically here you have it. So what I'll do is that after I don't know how long it's gonna take me to take it all off, but once the thumbtack is all off, I'll take pictures of it and put it at the end of the video. But this is the advanced technique on weathering, so hope you guys like it. See you.